Hello, just going to give you a run through your new van, show you how everything works. Now when we come into the van, just over the fridge here, we have our main control panel. It's just a wee touch thing. That bottom switch is your on-off switch, so that's everything powered on. And the buttons on the right hand side here. The top button is your battery level, so that's showing us our leisure battery is full. Next one is your water tank, showing 3/4 full. And the bottom one's your waste tank, it's empty there at the minute. This little light will light up when your mains power is plugged in to show you have mains coming into the van. Beside that, our heating control. To work it, if we just push this big round button, you can see a picture of the van flashing there. If we push that, we're into our heating here, so it's off. So we just turn the dial and you set your temperature, say 20 degrees. And just push the button to set the temperature. So that's the heating on 20 degrees. We come across now, we have a picture of the thermometer flashing in the water. This is into water heating, so we push that, it's off as well. It's just turn, you have 3 settings: economy, hot and boost. We'll select hot here and just push the button to select it. The 3 settings: economy is for normal use, hot would be for showers, and the boost turns off if you have the heating on in the van. It turns off the van heating and just concentrates on the water heating. So now if we go back into this menu and we turn across to the third one, the picture of the gas bottle and the wee lightning flashes. So the heater's set on gas at the minute. If I just scroll through these, electric 1 is a low power electric and electric 2 is a high power electric. So that's just your different power set if you're on campsites and want to use electric. If we come back, we have a mix 2 is gas and electric at a high power, gas and electric at a low power, and back to our gas only. Now to turn it off, we can hold in the button here for a couple of seconds and it'll just power the whole thing down. Just hold in the button to switch it on again and it's on to the same settings as was at the last time. Or you could go through each individually and select this, just turn this all the way down to off, push the button, select off. Same with the water, down to off and push the button to select off. Now your fridge, we've a button here on the left hand side is our main on off switch. Just push that to switch it on and the rest of it's touch screen. If I push this little square here, it'll go through all the different settings. So we'll just bring it back to here. So we've a mains power setting and we've a 12 volt setting off the battery. The reason it's flashing is none of these will work at the minute. The van's not plugged in. The 12 volt only works when the engine's driving or the engine's running when you're driving, so you can select the 12 volt. Push it again, you have your gas, so that one's working. We push it once more, a little A comes up, so you have an automatic selection in this where the fridge will select for you whatever's most suitable. This next button is a temperature control. That's the warmest every time up to the 5 bars for the full cold. And this here is there's a little heating element in the freezer door frame. If you want it off or on, it stops the door sticking closed. Your TV is over the whole lot. Just pull this out here. Now, your TV, just a remote control. I'll leave the remote control sitting in beside it. If we just push the top red button on the remote here, it'll switch on the TV. Just level that up and see it better. Now, on the bottom of the remote control are your satellite on off buttons. It's the one to the left here. If I push that, we can see here now antenna on. So the aerial will come up and we can just hear it running now. And that'll tune in your satellite for you. The right button here is park. If you want the satellite closed, push that right hand button and the satellite will come down into the closed position. If you start the engine, the satellite will automatically come down as well. It will not stay up when the engine's running when you're driving. And there's your satellite tuned in. Just turn all off here and push this bottom right button. You can see here now, satellite off, we lost our TV signal, and just the red button and the power off the TV. Now, underneath the bed at the back here, we have our heater. The only thing I want to show you here is that little valve with the blue lever on top of it. That's your frost valve, an automatic drain valve. What will happen in the winter, that top lever will turn 90 degrees. It'll face kind of front to back in the van, and the little blue button, you can just see it underneath it there, it'll pop out. So to reset that, if you turn the top lever the way it is now across sideways and push in the little blue button, what that does, about 4 degrees, it'll automatically drain the water out of the heater here, just to protect it from frost. If it doesn't stay set, if it's too cold, you can run your heater without the water in it. Just switch on your heater, safe to do it, and after 5-10 minutes it'll warm up and it'll stay in position. Then you can just turn on your taps, get your water back up through the system. Toilet, standard enough, with the little blue button here for the flush, and the wheel lever on the side of it here for opening and closing the cassette door. Cooker, oven, standard gas cooker and oven. Now your table will all make up into a bed here. If we just look underneath the table, with this little lever here, if we pull that towards us, it'll allow the top of the table to move around, freeze up the top of the table. And this lever here is for lowering the table, for making up the bed. Now on this, behind the driver, if we lift up this cushion, this piece here slides out for making up the bed as well. Now I'll set all this up, I'll make up the bed, you'll be able to see what way it makes up. Now underneath this side facing seat as well are your mains trip switches. I can't see them there, I'll show them to you in a minute. I suppose that's the general idea, making up your bed there. Now I got these bits mixed up. This one here is the lock for the turning the table. If we turn that, it locks the table, and this lever here is for raising up and down for the bed. Now underneath this front facing seat is your water tank. The only thing I want to show you here is that little steering wheel. That's for emptying your water tank. So if we turn that 3/4 of turn open, it'll drain all the water apart from 20 litres. And if we open it 2 turns, it'll empty the tank totally. If you want to drain out your tank, there's a big blue bung over there for getting into your water pump. Now this side facing seat, we can see our trip switches in there, our mains power trip switches. And this piece we'd slid out for the making up the bed. It just lifts up and slides back into place, drops down. I think that's most inside. We do a run around outside. Now outside the van, outside the habitation door, just in front of us, we have our mains plug-in point, 230 plug-in point. Vents for your fridge, your toilet cassette here. To take it out, if we lift up this blue tab here, that'll slide out and take it out altogether. Now to empty it, if we turn that neck around, just screw off the blue lid off it. That's a wee measuring cup for your chemical, if you're using a blue chemical. Just pour it out down a suitable place for emptying your chemical wastes. There's a button on the back here, this little blue button, that's an air vent, just lets air in when you're pouring it out, just it's easier empty. And to pour it back in, just lift it back into place, just push it in, clicks into place, close over the wheel lid. Now, inside in your boot here, in your garage, your awning handle, carpets, extra rails for your bike rack, your jack and wheel brace are all there. Now your bike rack, if you grab this top bar and just give it a good pull towards you, bike rack will drop down. There's 2 straps in there, you can put them around the rails to stop it bouncing when you're driving, and we ratchet strap set up for the wheels. If you push that in at the top, that'll release. Just pull them down, they'll tighten in on the wheels. The top bars are inside in the garage, so when you're not using it, just push it up and it locks into place. Now in this door here, just in the other side of the garage, we have our gas box. There's your gas there. Now to open and close the gas, just a screw in the top of the bottle. You screw that down clockwise, shuts off the gas. Just open it up a couple of turns for on, down for off. There's a spanner there for changing the bottle, and space for a second bottle if ever you wanted one. Now, just in front of the rear wheel on the passenger side, we have our waste pipe outlet, and we've this little square bar. There's a wee grey key, plastic key in the cutlery drawer inside. It goes onto that square bar, and just turn it quarter a turn, it'll open and close the waste valve. Now underneath the window at the table is your water filler point. Just take the lid off, fill it with water. Diesel cap just down here at the passenger door. To open the bonnet, the wheel lever just inside the passenger door here, just pull that to open the bonnet, and underneath the passenger seat is your control box and all your fuses, your 12-volt fuses for everything in the back of the van. Just lift this bonnet. Now in here, just on the driver's side on the very edge, is your screen wash, the little blue lid there for your windscreen washer, for your power steering fluid, coolant, brake fluid. Dipstick is just down in front of the filler. That's your oil filler, and your dipstick just in front of us. Over this side, behind the passenger headlight, we've this little cap here. If you ever need to jump start the van or jump start anybody else, if we open that little cover, this is your red jump lead, your positive jump lead, and clamp onto that, and your earth just here in the center, that little knob there for your earth for your jump lead if ever you have to jump start anybody. And your leisure battery itself is underneath the driver's seat. Your leisure battery is under that driver's seat, main fuse, and your controller for your solar panel. You don't have to do anything with this. So that's it. Hope you enjoy.